Our destination?
Your best year yet.
Let's go for a ride.
In my Pinteresting.
She's the only one who uses Pinterest now.
Wait,
no one else uses it
Pinterest
but her.
is a thing? Okay.
I really
like it.
I really don't unless I'm searching for something specific. Then sometimes I'll be like, oh, I think I can find something cute on Pinterest. But I never really got into the boards. Like if I was using Pinterest, all my boards were private.
Yeah, you're like, no one will see any
They
of
were
this.
just like for myself.
All mine.
Yeah, to refer back to. But I came across this and the title intrigued me. 12 steps to plan your best year yet.
Amazing, love
so I thought it'd be interesting to read through and see if we agree.
Great.
See if there's any of this we already do, or maybe that we want to adopt to make 2025
What are your fingers?
our best year yet.
2025.
Yes.
Jazz hands.
So
Like,
number
let's go.
1, it says reflect on the past year. To make a solid plan for a successful new year, you must know your starting point. Take a moment to reflect on the past year to know where you currently are in your life.
Where am I? Where are we?
I would say
Floating in space.
I agree.
I do feel like I'm floating.
But I don't typically make a lot of time for reflection, as much time as I should.
Yeah. No, that I definitely do not either.
I find it hard because I feel like I'm such a like not short term. I
you're
only
the-
have short term memory.
You're the goldfish for sure.
110%.
So like long term, like even looking back, okay, 5 months ago, I'm like, what was going on then? Like I feel like I'm so removed from that. So this is very hard. Like at the end of the year when they're like, right, whatever, 10 things that you really enjoyed or something. I'm like, what the heck did I do?
Yeah.
So that is very hard.
I think it's better if you are aware of this early in the year.
Yes.
So that you can either jot things down or put little notes in a jar of something that made you happy this year or things that you did so that you can easily go back and look at that. To try and reflect on stuff off the top of your head, for me, is really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you're not making that a regular practice throughout the year,
Totally.
it's hard to do it all in one.
I'm not saying it's
shot.
not good. I think it is
Oh
good,
yeah,
actually.
it's a good practice to try to. Yeah, of
It
course.
just, if nothing else, it makes you realize how little you are spending in reflection.
Yeah, okay, well, now I feel bad. Number 2.
I think I do like doing it and I see the importance of it, but I tend to only do it in like a structured setting when I'm in like a workshop or like something where we're
When you're forced
being
to.
told to do it. And I'm like, oh, this is a good exercise.
Great.
Okay, so maybe we need to do better. We need to
We need to circle back to this one.
do better this coming year at our own reflection.
Now that's
I've been scolded.
self-flagellation. Number 1. Okay, here we go.
I feel like we're together enough that we could
get on each other to do
Like-
a better
Oh,
job
yeah.
of this.
hold each other accountable.
I will say, okay, with new technology, it is great to go back on your phone to quickly scroll back over the year. And I have an iPhone,
look
so
at
it's
pictures,
easy.
or-
So yeah, for your photos, or even Instagram. I know you do that a lot
Yeah.
too. You've turned into the person that posts.
Yeah.
As like your own family photo album.
Yeah.
Like that's what Instagram has become for you, which is amazing. But for me, in your Photos app, you literally could just look at year by year, which is really cool. That's a way to reflect.
That's a way.
I guess.
Yeah. And listen and like try to talk through the stories and
Totally.
have conversations that way. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the personal growth stuff probably doesn't end up in a picture
Oh, no.
format. That's like
not.
the in between.
No one is taking a picture when you're pulling your
Yeah.
hair out. And you're like,
Picturing
oh,
You're like, wait, let me find the gaps where there's no pictures taken in 3
Yeah.
days.
You're like,
That must
that's
have been
what
what's
That was a
going
problem.
on.
That was a problem.
Yeah.
that was a time of
That
growth.
was a rough week.
Okay, number 2 is let things go. The second step is to let things go, both physically and emotionally. Take time to declutter your room and get rid of anything that you do not use or does not spark joy.
Yes, love that. Does
Thank you, Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo. I'm pretty good, I feel like, at purging like throughout the year.
I love to purge.
I do it fairly regularly.
Yeah.
But I still have a lot of stuff. Like this stuff never ends.
It never ends. Yeah.
I would say I only purged my clothes. Like, I don't know if I mean, sure, I go through other things, but like once in a blue moon, I'll be like, maybe I should clean out the junk drawer. Like, but I will definitely do that with my clothing much quicker, and it like comes to mind much more easily and all that than anything else in the house. Not like objects or like, let me clean my living room.
Yeah.
Declutter that. That doesn't really happen as much.
I mean, there's many good things, but the one really good thing about living in a 1-bedroom apartment with your husband is that you don't have an option. You have to get rid of stuff or you will be overtaken. So I love every 6 months, like the real change of seasons, like super hot, super cold, like really just getting rid of anything that doesn't bring me joy. I love it. Yeah. And whatever the opposite of a hoarder is, that should be plastered on my face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The kids make it a little harder just because they have so many things, and you don't just want to throw away perfectly good toys.
Yeah, that's
so
tough.
I try my best to like be able to donate them or find someone who would really like appreciate it or pass it on. That kind of drives my husband crazy because he's like, can we please get rid of that bag? And I'm like, no,
it's
because
going
I'm
to
waiting for
so-and-so.
the perfect person who's going to really need that crib mattress
Right.
or that, whatever. And yeah, so I'm like happy to let it go, but I hate seeing perfectly good things go to waste. So I'm always trying to like find a home for it, but that's very time consuming. So that's and my other problem with decluttering is that I plan so many weird things as far as like game shows for my
interesting
friends.
pieces.
Or
Think about what she just said. I planned so many weird things. Game shows was her first one that she came up with.
Okay.
That's the most normal one out of all of them.
I know. Scavenger hunts, whatever. So
Nuts.
sometimes like I have, bins or drawers of like really random things, but I'm like, well, I have to hold on to that because I might need that, and I'm not finding that at a store somewhere. So
I may need this feather headdress.
exactly.
Some point
Listen,
in the future.
you guys like a lot of themed parties, okay? So I have
We
to
do.
always
I love a
keep
good theme party.
thematic things handy.
Theme mocktail, theme party.
So that is hard. I don't tend to have like a big end or beginning of year purge. Like I don't do it specifically around like the end of the year or the beginning of the year. But maybe that's a good time to add it in as well. Okay, number 3.
Check. I feel better
I
after
feel
that
like
one.
we're kind of
We really went more physical there. We kind of
did.
ignored the emotional part. We're like, forget about all of our
Oh,
emotions.
wait a minute. We have to let go of like bitterness. I don't know. Like,
We can just overlook that today.
wait. Maybe we should. No, maybe not.
I feel like in order to let go of the emotional, that kind of ties back to 1, which is reflecting. It's hard to let go.
Yeah, we just don't like to do any of them.
If you don't know what you should be letting go of.
That's true. We don't know our own faults.
we might need to circle. We might need to
We might need
circle
to circle
back
on
that one.
but we have to get through 12. Number 3, define who you are. To know what kind of goals.
Who am I?
What are these questions?
Wait, number 2 was like get rid of an old jacket, and the third one is
Well, no,
what's your
who you are.
purpose in life? I feel like a jump.
Simplified it to that. We took out half
That's
of
true.
it.
We did. We were like, we're not going complicated.
To know what kind of goals you want to set, you need to define who you are. Knowing who you are as a person helps you set goals that lead to your definition of success. And you're the one poking fun, but you are the one that's like, let's take another personality test and discuss.
Love me a good
I
personality
do
test.
love to know who I am, and I love all the opinions on it. So it really confuses me. I actually do love this one because I'm very introspective, I guess the word is.
You are.
But I also love that learning about my best friends, my family. I love to like get in deep and really get in there. For the private people in my life, they probably hate me without really telling me. But I do love this one. I do love knowing yourself. With that being said, I do think that we can take it too far to get like obsessive over it. Like, who
And you're like, this is
I?
it.
And then it's a huge focus on you, and it's hard. Sometimes that defeats the purpose because ultimately, I do think that we exist for others, to be there for others. I don't think it is all about us. So as much as I love this concept, I could take this too far.
You could go, yeah.
I absolutely
you're so
could. That's a temptation for me, if you will, to like literally read about my different Myers-Briggs that comes up for me, or take a different Enneagram and see what I come up, and it's or take all my friends, and it's like just one step too far. I could dial it back a little bit.
I'm like, I know who I am next.
Lauren's confidence level never goes below this line of 20,000. Oh my God.
We definitely move up in that, because Rebecca's confidence is like, take the roof off.
Listen, guys, you just gotta wear different types of socks, and then you're like, nothing happened. Who cares? You're just like, who cares?
Because nothing matches. Self-corrects in the moment. Like, it's anytime she's like, oh, maybe I'm annoying, she's like, no, I'm not. I'm amazing.
I'm like, guys, who am I kidding? This isn't a screw up. This is all meant to work out great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like definitely rubs off. A little bit of a skewed. Define who I am. I'm amazing and perfect, and then I have to be like, well, you know what? We have some faults.
The confidence in this room, man. It just, oof.
It's amazing.
There's always room for improvement.
We love it. Okay, number 4, create a vision board. Bring out the artist in you by creating a beautiful vision board for the next year. Not only are they visually pleasing, but vision boards help attract what you want in your life. Next.
Wait. Fun story. I don't even think you guys know this. And you might. So before I met, yes, my husband and I were already kind of like talking to each other. And a good friend of mine, like just for fun, she was like, hey, want to come over? We're making vision boards. And I was like, yeah, sure. This is like before we're really serious. So I wanted to put a little like thing to, pay homage to my hopefully husband. So I took like this little twisted heart out of like twine. I don't even know what it was. Maybe it was wood. And I like put it on there. No one knew what it was. So I was like, that's for me. Really serious there. And then yes, we did eventually get married, but that's the only beneficial thing I found out of the vision board.
That little piece of twine.
I had other things on it in the shape of a heart, but I was like, oh, I still have it.
That's sweet.
It's somewhere in a memory box.
That is sweet. I mean, to be clear, we don't believe in manifesting.
We don't.
That's really cute.
We don't. But I just thought it was a cute little like, oh, this is
adorable. Wait, was there something special about the twine? Did I miss that?
Absolutely not. No.
So it could have been a Band-Aid.
It literally could have been. I just wanted to put on there. I was just like, I just wanted like, something to be like, right. This is going to we're going to be, together through this year. And I just wanted to like remember that and be like, oh, our love will grow.
Twine could be very symbolic. It's like, the
tying together. Yes.
It's very rugged. Artie's very rugged.
She wasn't.
I wasn't thinking that far.
Hey,
it literally was hard. I was just like, I want to put something on this thing that is just like cute and is him. Aww. I did not predict the future. No.
I don't think I've ever created a vision board with like genuine intent. Like it was more like maybe I did something again in a workshop or like for fun, which is kind of surprising because I was the classic scrapbooking child.
I can see that.
So it could be totally up my alley, but I think I'm kind of just like, I don't have time for that. I need to be doing the things.
Why am I going to take time making a vision board?
Put pictures together.
That's so true. That's so you. I have obviously tried to do these in the past, but then 2 months later, I'm like, I hate myself because I haven't done any of this, and it sends me spiraling. So I have learned to stay away from the vision boards. It has an opposite effect.
It's too much of like a clutter thing now.
So much of a commitment. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's too much.
Then where are you putting it? Then you're not decluttering. So then
guilty
goes against each other.
Yeah, for me,
one and done. Never again.
Not for me.
Plus, there's something like when I was a kid, I was like cutting things out of magazines, which like I don't have magazines laying around anymore.
One of my art projects, was with magazines. I had to collect. I was like, where am I getting magazines?
The vision boards today are the Pinterest board. The modern vision boards are the Pinterest boards.
True.
Which again, I feel not to go crazy with this conversation, but you can go down a rabbit hole of like immediately being able to find whatever you want in the click of a button. Can be harmful, I think, because then you're seeing all these perfect homes and like perfect lifestyles and like trips that people go on. And you're seeing people's highlights again, and you're like, wait, I can't do any of this. So for me, it could have an opposite effect.
Yeah.
I think it could be helpful if you're feeling stuck or if you're like not really sure what direction you want to be taking to like get some inspiration. To be like looking like, what do I want for my future? Like, is anything I'm doing leading towards that? But if you kind of already know where you want to be headed, then it might just set an unattainable bar.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5 is going to be interesting because I did not have time to learn Japanese leading up to this.
Okay, well,
episode.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, so I'm definitely butchering this. Apologies. It says, find your Ikajai.
You're Japanese. She's not Japanese.
Which is a Japanese concept that means reason for being. This balance is found at the center where your passions and talents intersect with the things that the world needs and is willing to pay for. That's interesting. I didn't think it was going in that direction.
Read that one more time.
Yeah, I need that again.
So I guess it's a concept meaning a reason for being, but it's the balance is found at the center where your passions and talents intersect with the things that the world needs and is willing to pay for.
So, passions and talents. I've heard
so
this.
I think this is really like...
I have heard this before and probably workshop. I've definitely heard this.
Kind of career-ish, right? Like aligning what you're doing to, like how to make money.
How to be successful, really.
Yeah.
Like make sure that your passions and your talents is something that the world wants, is something that the world needs. That's how you can measure
become successful.
To become truly successful. Like these 4 points have to be in alignment with each other. Like one, if it's just your passions, it's really just a hobby. It's not part of your vocation. And then one could be just a vocation, but you're really not passionate about it at all. So it might not last because you don't really want it to. So it's finding balance in all those things.
Which
definitely heard
we
this.
all do. We've all pretty much done that. We're all working in our passions in some way or another.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean
In the
it's
field.
perfect. It doesn't mean you love going to work every day. But I think we're all using our talents and giftings in our professional worlds.
Yeah, I would say that. We're blessed in that area. Yeah.
That we're
doing something we love.
to do that. But I think that was also important to us, like early on in our lives. Like
that we knew we wanted to do that,
pursue dance, like whatever it was, like that we've been able to keep that focused on our mental vision board. Okay, halfway through, number 6. Let fear guide you. To build
Don't
up,
like that.
Let's rearrange.
This is interesting. I don't know if this description really helps. To build up your self-confidence, you will have to make fear your North Star and let it guide you. I think that just means like do things that you're afraid
do things
of.
that scare you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do it afraid.
I would word it differently.
Yeah,
but
that sounds like very weird way of putting it.
I'm
But
going to put a big check mark on that because I think we're doing that this second.
Very much. All of us can
I'm
agree.
afraid.
We're here. Currently, out of breath, just sitting here terrified.
afraid.
Guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a big check mark.
Let's do a quick heart rate
to
check.
that.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
good. 106. We're doing great, guys.
That's
actually
not
not
terrible.
bad for me.
As a recovering perfectionist, that was a big lesson for me to learn.
Perfectionist, not PI. Perfectionist Anonymous. Yeah.
But I think that is true. I think I did reach a point, I think maybe in early college life, where I realized like it's actually more, I don't know, depressing to not have any possibilities on the horizon because you've just let fear hold you back than to go for something and fail or be rejected or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because
You feel like you're stuck or
you
can't
at least
go
have
anywhere.
those like possibilities going versus like nothing's happening because I haven't done anything to make that possible.
I don't have what one might call an adventurous spirit.
I was gonna say, Joy doesn't have any fear, actually.
No,
That's
I
what I
would
was
love
saying.
to. Oh no, I would love to just like, why go outside when there's a couch at home with a book and coffee? Like I just find
nature's calling.
I know. I just could find my happy place at home. I'm a homebody, so that to me, there are plenty of things that are scary to me, but I do find so much enjoyment in not pursuing that. So this is a challenge for me. I've been challenged a lot.
Yeah,
this
Best
entire
20
list,
minutes,
Joy's like,
I have been
"Oh,
challenged.
Okay, number 7, set yearly goals. Now that you have your theme and vision board,
All right, imagine
it's
definitely
time
that.
to gain clarity by listing out the big ticket items you want to accomplish for the next year. I do not do this.
I do this without the vision board. I do it without
How
the vision board.
about I write them down and then I never see it
Never
again.
look at them again.
And then I go find it 2 years later and I was like, none of this was done.
Womp womp.
So once again,
we're the same on this.
Once again, I don't really know the benefits. I mean, I see the benefits of this. I should say I just need better practice.
The follow through.
Yeah, the follow through is not there.
I find it a bit more stressful than I do motivating.
That's how I feel about the vision board. Yeah. But I can write down goals. I just don't want to put time into like making a big thing about it. But I do like writing them down.
I feel like it's like I'm placing this pressure on myself. And I don't know. I think I'm such like naturally an overachiever go-getter that I don't know that I've ever like needed to push myself in those areas. Like I'm always working towards something. Right. So I think when I do try to sit down and make like very specific additional goals, it feels like I'm putting this mountain of pressure on myself. So I've kind of strayed away, which always surprises people because I am such a type A person that they think that's a definite yes, that I'm sitting there writing my color-coded goals out, but I don't.
But goals do motivate you, whether you write them out or not. You are motivated by goals, I think, which is that type A personality. It's not that you have to the way you arrive at that can be different. Everyone's different, but...
Well, you know what I've realized is that I am more motivated by milestones or like deadlines than I am by this like big, as they call it, big ticket
or like the big picture, right? Sure, that makes sense.
Like I kind of live my life always by like, okay, I need to reach this next milestone, or I have a deadline, you know, a week out, and so that is very motivating to me.
We all love also, you know, thinking back about our day of all the things we accomplished, and you write them on a notebook, and then you're like, yes, did that?
Cross it off.
That?
Oh yeah.
Short-term goals.
Short-term. Have definitely had to do that. Okay, number 8, upgrade your habits. Make a list of habits you want to form and habits you want to give up. Then expand on that by writing down the reason and how forming or eliminating the habit will help you. Ooh.
I'm actually very happy with myself. I don't want to change anything. I have so much I want to change, actually.
I have to just really think about this. Like, I feel like I can't.
This is probably my biggest pain point. I don't know if I have been able to successfully cultivate new good habits. Like I really lack discipline in that. And maybe I'll like start to change because I've said like we were living such a flexible, non-routine life for so long with Miles and I working from home and having young kids. But now that Avery is in kindergarten and like we've had to start getting into the same routine every day, I think it could be a little bit easier to build habits. But when you're like every single day is different, you're going to bed different times, you're waking up different times.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, it's very hard to be habit or
that's not the time
driven.
to maybe even put that pressure on you to create like a habit.
The habit is to survive at that point.
Yes. You're just like, we are making moves, trying to get in the car. We're not trying to
which I did. But and I've done like short-term things where I'm like, all right, I'm going to do better at my water intake. And like I do it for like a week or two really great. And then it just falls right off the cliff.
Oh, so. We know.
I know.
Keep trying to keep it hydrated.
I am almost done with a whole container of vitamins.
Wow.
You don't understand?
Yeah. I don't think the audience fully grasps how big of a milestone this is.
This deserves a round of applause for that.
Chewables, yes.
We all have to start somewhere.
We all start with
the berry flavor.
It's great.
But I am taking them like every single day.
It's huge.
That is amazing.
It's huge.
So those types of things maybe are a little bit easier for me because that doesn't take time. You know, like I'm not even needing to carve out 20 minutes to take a vitamin. I feel like you two are considerably better. Well, I think Rebecca just has good habits to start. And Joy, you're like very disciplined because you like will punish yourself otherwise.
Joy will be like sitting in the closet in darkness like, Joy, why are you there?
Flogging myself.
I messed up today. I'm like, okay.
So this year I started a habit of trying to go to the gym like every morning, but it's like my biggest obstacle is when I think I conflate good habits and goals together. So even though it should be a habit, like going to the gym every morning and waking up early, it's really actually a goal. I'm not really trying to make it a habit. So when I fail inevitably because I'm not feeling well, because I sneezed yesterday and I can't move because that's what happens after you turn 30. Like somehow when I disappoint myself, I'm like, well, that's it.
There we go. It's gone.
Yeah, it's all gone. So this is a tough list.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Okay, number 9 is start using a planner.
I love a planner.
A planner is a fantastic tool to organize your tasks, events, and thoughts so you know exactly what you need to do every day to achieve those goals that you set earlier.
Joy, you need to buy a planner.
I need a
right
new one.
after this.
I need a new planner. You're right.
I do not do planners.
Yeah.
Which is, again, so surprising because, I mean, high school, you weren't getting that thing out of my hands. Like, that was my life, my planner. I love to look at the pretty patterns, but I feel like, again, I don't have time. Like, I just need to get it in my calendar on my phone and then, like, be done.
Yeah.
So I don't always have time aesthetically, but I love that you use one.
Well, I have it. I feel like I don't have enough to fill it up all the time, but I love the idea of having one. And in college, like I had one forever. I needed one, or else I wouldn't know where I was going. So I definitely like the idea of having one. Maybe I need to use it more, but
if I had better handwriting, I'd be all over that. My
handwriting
is very like mad scientist-y. So
I mean, if you want me to write it, I can definitely just fill it in for you.
I dictate and you just that'd be fantastic.
Yes. All right, break down your goals is number 10. So they are saying you might look like an intimidating list at first, but break them down into specific achievable goals. I do talk about this pretty often, that I think this is the key with those, like setting those big ticket items is like, if you can't break them down, you're probably not achieving them.
Agreed.
So I think that's an important one.
Yeah.
Number 11 is review your goals. And they're talking about scheduling monthly check-ins and quarterly reviews.
That's what I need to do
to assess your progress.
Well, we have hourly check-ins. So I feel like that's
true, guys.
We should take up one of those.
We'll just exchange,
that's not
our
a problem.
goals.
Check.
Maybe we should just like each share one goal with each other.
Okay.
And try to check in with each other throughout the year.
I like that.
To see how.
Just we're also good friends. Like we don't want to pressure each other either. We need to get to the next level. Like, no, you are pressured. Do it. That's what we need to get to.
My goal for the next 20 years is going to be fitness. So, okay.
It's okay.
And lastly, number 12, make a bucket list of things that you're looking forward to the next year. That's fun. We should do that.
We should do a bucket list.
We're definitely going to do a bucket list. 100%. We're going to do a bucket list.
Yes.
And if you are interested in checking out this list for yourself, it's by the Millennial Grind. But I think we're going to be having some follow-ups to this.
We 100% need follow-ups for all of these.
I agree.
For sure.
A lot of big points.
Well, let's just plan to have our best year yet.
Yes.
Let us know what some of your ideas are to have your best year yet in the comments. We want to know which ones do you agree with, which ones are you already doing, which ones do you completely disagree with. Like me, I disagree with 11 out of 12. So apparently, thanks for listening, guys.